Hey everybody, it's Craig Cottle, Director of Nature Reliance School, coming to you today on Friday. What happens on Fridays? Well, we give stuff away. So glad you joined us. So here today we're going to be taking a look at a review and a giveaway on the Blind Horse Knives Muck. Again, this is the Blind Horse, not the Battle Horse. I've had this knife for a couple of years now and been utilizing it ever since I got it. And so I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. And then if you pay attention to what we ask you to do at the end of the video, then you're going to get in the running to receive this knife yourself. Again, it's a win-win. So probably going to get you to subscribe to our channel. If you subscribe to the channel, you might get in the running. So we'll figure that out. So what you had happen was there was an entity, Blind Horse Knives, and the owner split, and so Dan Compens made Battle Horse Knives, and LT Wright made LT Wright Knives. I have some of all three entities at this point: Battle Horse, Blind Horse, and LT Wright Knives. I think they're all good knife manufacturers. They put some good blades together, and I don't think you go wrong on getting any of them. But the most important thing to tell you is how can you get this one for free. So first off, we're going to give you a review of what I've experienced with it, and then we're going to give it away at the end of this video. So pay attention to the end. It's a win-win, hopefully. Somebody gets it for free. I'll give you links to LT Wright's page as well as Battle Horse's page, so if you are interested in further knives, you can buy them, as well as get in the running to win this one for yourself free. What am I going to ask you to do? I don't know. I ask something different every week. The win-win is that I give stuff away free, which you get in the running for, and then you help me get my presence out there. So I'm trying to be transparent on that. I want a good YouTube presence, maybe a Facebook share or something. I don't know. We'll do something like that, and then you'll be in the running to get this for free. So the BHK, in this case the Battle Horse knife Muck, is an ode to Nessmuk, who famous outdoorsman, and this is a blade style that he preferred. Now, my understanding, and correct me if you find that I'm wrong about what I'm about to say, but in the comments below. So I don't feel like I know it all, so put comments below. Nessmuk carried basically three tools. He carried a knife such as this, similar to this blade style and handle style. He carried a folder, and he carried a small axe. Most of what Nessmuk wanted to do with his fixed blade knife was to process game, and so that's why it has this style that is a skinning blade. The skinning blade has an upswept portion on it for the simple purpose of being able to skin game easily. Now, what Blind Horse did with this knife, and what they've done with your future models at Battle Horse, and I'm assuming that LT Wright has done as well, is that they put a little bit different grind on this blade so that you could use it for woodworking too. This one has basically the Scandi grind on it, and which means you can easily use this for processing wood just as easily as you can for skinning. It has a modified trailing point. It's made out of an 18-inch thick piece of 01 tool steel. A lot of people gripe on this 01 tool steel, and I have found that this knife has worked exceptionally well. I have no problems with it at all. I've been able to easily sharpen it. I've been able to utilize it without the need for sharpening it, which is even more important than being able to sharpen it, is that I've used it for quite a while, and very rarely have I had need to sharpen it. The blade's about 4 1/4 inches, handle a little bit more than that, and this particular knife has a greenish black micarta handle. It doesn't have any spacers in it, and quite frankly, I like that. It's got a thinner feel to it, and most of these blades have spacers, which makes them quite a bit wider. There's a time for that, and there's a time not for that, and this particular one I like. It has a leather sheath, has a ferrorod steel loop on it, as well as a dangler. I'm not a big fan of these danglers. Usually I cut them off just because I'm not a fan of them, but I've left this one on because I knew I was going to give this one away. I have a skinner that I built that I use most of the time, but to give a good solid review, I've been utilizing this thing off and on for 2 years. If you follow me very much at all on camera, you'll note that I don't like to put dead critters on camera, skinning and gutting and stuff of that nature. I've done that quite a bit. I've been doing it for 40 plus years, so I don't have any video of me dressing any deer. I don't have any video of me dressing quail, grouse, rabbit, squirrel, and any number of other things that I've been able to get this year and the last 2 years since I've had this knife. Now, all that aside, what I want to tell you is I've skinned somewhere in the neighborhood of 10-11 deer with this knife. I've killed I don't know how many. I've skinned I don't know how many rabbits and squirrels. And there's not a whole lot to do with a bird, but wild turkeys, quail, and grouse. I've done a crap ton of that stuff with this knife. I basically just carried this along with me on every trip that I had. And again, I had intended on keeping it, but I went back to my old favorite that I've been using for 40 years. And so it's not that this is not a good knife, it's a great knife. It's just that I'm kind of partial to the one that I built myself. So with that said, it's a great skinning knife. I've used it very well. That's what this upswept blade is for. It helps in the skinning process. I'll be honest with you, I usually use the back of the blade when I skin, because I process hides too, and I don't like to take the risk of actually cutting into the hide. But with that said, the only really large game animal that's hard to get the hide off of that I am able to harvest is a white-tailed deer. And so I have found that I don't need a sharp knife to get the hide off of a deer, and it helps me keep from cutting into the hide. So with that said, you can utilize this edge to do that very, very well. That's what it's designed for. And the handle works exceptionally well for that, whether you're using it the way it's designed to be used or whether you're utilizing it the way I utilize it, which is basically backwards. And you can get in a lot of discussions about that kind of stuff, but it works. I can take a deer, gut it, hang it, cut it, package it, process it, put it in the freezer in about 2 to 3 hours. So I've done it a few times. So with that said, this knife will be a nice addition to anybody's kit that wants to have a nice knife for skinning and processing of any game. So there you go. That is the Blind Horse Knives Muck. A sound knife. It's been used, so it's got a little wear and tear on as far as it's got a patina that's not really as clean as it used to be, and that's okay, because I'm not going to make a review on something that is either I don't have an educated opinion on and it's brand new to me, or I haven't used a lot. One of the two. I'm going to put a lot of effort into making sure I utilize stuff when and where I can, and if something's new, because I love trying new stuff, I'll use it a few times and give you my opinions on it. So with that said, this is the Blind Horse Knives Muck. We're going to give it away. All you got to do is follow in the description below the video the way in which you need to follow the directions to win this blade. So again, if you're new to our giveaways, we try to give something away every Friday, and we sincerely hope you come back, because we're doing videos every Monday on wilderness survival, every Tuesday on tactical survival, Wednesday urban, and Thursday we do primitive skills. So please keep coming back, subscribe to the channel, and we really appreciate you doing that. As always with Nature Reliance School, come on, join in, let's learn together.